The 2025 Old West Balloon Fest took place from August 14th through August 17th. The festival kicked off on August 14th with the Night Glow at Western Nebraska Community College in Scotts Bluff. Despite the balloons being unable to inflate, the fun didn't stop. Attendees were able to visit with the pilots and collect hot air balloon trading cards, while the pilots performed a candle sticking event. Our team took the opportunity to speak with some of the pilots and crew members during this event.
Tonight was a balloon glow. Unfortunately, the weather's a little, there's storms all around us, so they made the safety call of doing a candlestick, and that's where we just shoot flames in the air and entertain the crowd. Ballooning is the first form of modern aviation. It started back in France in the 1700s, but it's basically kind of unchanged. We add heat to go up and we let heat to go down. My story is a little bit different. I'm the first guy in the world also to become fly in wheelchair, or fly hot air balloons in a wheelchair. So I come to events to try to educate people about disabilities can still achieve your dreams and everything else.
We are at the Night Glow, and there's tons of balloons here. I think I heard that there's like 25 or 26 pilots, and we're all just candle sticking. Candle sticking is where you stand up the hot air balloon without the envelope, and you just burn and shoot a big flame into the air. Rich has a corresponding shirt, so we are Rich's Angels. I am with Mandy and Ann, and together we are Rich's three angels. So we're the two good angels, and then Ann's the bad angel, and all of our outfits kind of go together. It's just been a blast. It has been so much fun. I absolutely love these events, and it's just so fun. The community comes together, and it's awesome. So tonight we had a little bit of weather in the area, so we couldn't stand up the fabric above the balloons, but we were able to do a candlestick, which basically is a burner going off and throwing a flame up in the sky, and it just makes a fun spectacle and shows off what a basket can do. I was participating in the U.S. Nationals, so I was coming to Scotts Bluff, so at least 5 years I've been coming to Scotts Bluff. I love it. Scotts Bluff is such a cool place to fly. Everybody's friendly, and it's just beautiful river valley area, and the bluffs are gorgeous, so it's fun to fly down here, and it's only 2.5 hours from home. So
the pilots also spoke about how the process of inflating a balloon works. To inflate a balloon, the pilots turn on a high-powered fan for a cold air inflation. This continues until the balloon is fully inflated. The pilots then turn on their propane burners and then begin a hot air inflation. This process will lift the balloon off the ground into a standing position. From this position, the balloons will be able to fly. On August 15th, the festivities moved to the Mitchell Airfield in Mitchell. Shortly after 6 a.m., the balloons began to inflate, and liftoff took place shortly after. Due to there being little to no winds both on the ground and aloft, the balloons stuck around in the area of the airfield. We spoke with the event organizer about how the morning went.
Today we had a successful launch. It's been beautiful. We got all 30 balloons up. We have a balloon that's tethering. That means that the balloon is tethered to the ground, and you go about 150 feet in the air, so you can see what it's like to fly in a hot air balloon without actually taking off and leaving. It was mass ascension this morning. Mass ascension is where all the balloons take off. Not at the same time. We have to have them launch so they're not bumping into each other. But it just means that they're taking off within a window time frame of, say, an hour. We have a snowbird, which is the penguin with the camera. And we have Joelle, which is actually flown by a handicapped pilot. And she's a baby bee. And then Marvin the Martian.
We also spoke with a volunteer who helped with getting a balloon off the ground.
I crewed for Joelle with Michael. He's a handicapped pilot. He's in a wheelchair, and he has a big, beautiful bee. So the balloon is just this giant bee, and he doesn't really have a basket. He has a spot that he sits, and he just kind of flies through the air, and it was such a magical thing to watch. And then I'd never put together a balloon, obviously, but to watch it blow up, and then when he landed, all of what it took to tear it down, and it's a lot more work than you think it's going to be, but oh my gosh, it was so fun. It was, and what a beautiful morning for it. Everybody kind of works together. So the bee has multiple appendages, like obviously it's got little arms and legs and wings. And so when we set up, it was everybody holds an appendage while it gets filled up, and then tearing down, when he lands, you actually have to run up and obviously hold him. So it's called weight down. I've learned a lot of balloon terms today. And so we weighted him down, and then it was just really fascinating to watch how you lay the balloon down and the process of getting all the air out and packing it back up. And it was just a really cool experience.
On the morning of August 16th, the winds aloft were determined to be too strong for the balloons to fly. Instead, attendees were treated to a static display. A static display is when the balloons inflate but do not leave the ground. A few hours later, the annual Wiener Dog races took place. Dachshunds of all ages are invited to race against other dachshunds in their age group from one end of an enclosure to the other. Owners are not allowed in this enclosure during the race, and they cannot lead their dogs from the side. There are no lanes, so the racers have full range of the course. The age groups were Little Sizzlers, ages 0 to 1, Oscar Myers, ages 1 to 5, Bratwurst, ages 5 to 10, and Age Brats, ages 10 and up. Awards for the winners were given out following the competition. Donations were also collected for the Panhandle Humane Society during this event. As the sun began to set on August 16th, the wind settled as the pilots prepared for a second night glow. The balloons inflated around 8 p.m. and lit up the airfield. A night glow is a static event. Following the glow, a drone show was held. There was a liftoff planned for August 17th. However, weather concerns prevented both flight and static events. After the festival, we spoke with some of the pilots about their overall experience.
I'm from Huron, South Dakota, and we came down to fly and participate in the event. It's been great to be here. People are super welcoming and staff has been great. Fun to get, like last night with the glow, to get the balloon up and just see a lot of the community come over, kids come over, interact with them, answer questions, ask questions, and just really interact with them. So that was a lot of fun to kind of just participate and educate about a hobby and a sport that I love, and a lot of us that are pilots that we love. And yeah, so that was a good part of the weekend. Yep, we flew, had a great flight. Really fun winds. Were up high, you went one direction, and down low you went the opposite direction, so you could kind of almost go in a box and go in a circle back to where you started from. So really fun flight, and glad to be here. I mean, it's great. It's great. We came down, especially with the national rally coming next year, to kind of get familiar with the area, get familiar with the people, and the kind of the winds and how the weather plays out here. And so it was fun it was good to come and get familiar with that. And yeah, so hopefully we're back again next year for that, and we'll look forward to that.
I just moved to Phoenix, Arizona, so I came from quite a ways away, and this is an event that I look forward to every year. You know, getting to come out here with our best friends, and you know, Mike and Colleen Johnson put on a great event and lots of entertainment. And they really make a great weekend for us and for the spectators. We usually arrive on Thursday, and we'll have that first glow Thursday night, and hopefully the weather always holds up for us. If not, we still make the best of it on Friday, or excuse me, Thursday night. The weather didn't hold up for us to put fabric in the air, but we were able to still get the baskets out, light the burners, you know, take pictures with kids in the basket, and you know, just have a good time for everybody, for the family, and all that kind of stuff. We flew Friday morning. We had a gorgeous flight. The weather held up great for us. We ended up flying for about an hour, landing back here at the field, which makes for a really easy day for us, and hopefully puts on a good show for everybody else. And everybody had a great time Friday flying, and yeah, it was really good. That's the hard part about ballooning, is we're so susceptible to Mother Nature that, you know, there's some days that, you know, we can get out here and it's questionable whether or not we want to fly, but we always say we'd rather be, safe rather than sorry. Safety is obviously our number one priority with anything aviation. And so, we have a great weather team who puts together good information, and, we have great discussion about what's going on, and we make the best decision. And of course, try to go if we can, but that doesn't always work out.
Throughout the festival, attendees were able to enjoy a 49 vendor craft fair and a discovery tent where they could learn about ballooning. Despite weather issues, organizers were thankful to everyone, including the attendees, who helped make this event possible. Organizers are also looking forward to next year, when the Hot Air Balloon National Championships will return to Scotts Bluff County. Be sure to check out the community calendar and more stories from around the area on our website at www.aroundthetownnews.wordpress.com.